the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we are here with the OP Racing Premier Series, presented by Butt Kickers. They bring you the Bumpy Road 250. Qualifying is underway for this one, and they have started putting down some lap times. Right now, Anthony English on top of the leaderboard with a time of 52.39. And everything's frozen just for a moment. Let's fix that. There we go. We're back at it. Eric Laurie, Sean McCara, Richard Sanchez, and John Guerrero, your top 5. Zach Fritz in the 12, making his way around this Legacy Daytona track. Hopefully we get through this week a lot better than I did last week. I'm not nearly as sick as I was last week. Bit of a rough go for me last week, so if you stuck around through that and then you have returned, well, thank you very much for coming back and spending another evening with me. Jeff Crosby Jr. across the line, and he is going to the top of the leaderboard with a 52.37. Final minute left in qualifying, so let's go ahead and step away for the national anthem. We'll be back for tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
Drivers for tonight's Bumpy Road 250 have taken to the grid, so that means it is time to go through tonight's starting lineup on the inside of road number 1 with a quick time of 52.376. That is the driver of the 33, Jeff Crosby Jr. To the outside, just 1 thousandths, millionths. He was a little bit slower. That's Vicente Guerrero in the 14. Row number 2, the 44 of Anthony English, and the 071 of Eric Laurie. Row 3, Sebastian Marin in the 23, and Sean McCara in the 71. Gabe Butler in the 88 and Richard Sanchez make up row number 4. Row 5 will be the 40 of Peter DeBorgia and John Guerrera in the 59. Row 6, Cody Nagels and Robert Morrison. Row number 7, Dave Hunt in the 53 and Adam Kilday in the 85. Row 8, the 66 of Bubba Winningham, good to see you Bubba, and the 1 of Josh Ball. Row 9, Andy Brigante and Steve Karosik. Row number 10, going to be Joshua Gaithright and Jimmy Reynolds. Richard Kuhn and Zach Fritsch make up row 11. Row 12 going to be Zach Workman and Nate Warren. Row 13, Brian Wang and Stephen Miles in the 8. Sean Stevens and Dustin Logston make up row 14. Row 15 going to be Dan Harrington and Steve Hoppett in a new paint scheme here tonight. And that is going to be our 30 car field. Go ahead and take a look at what happened last week. Steve Karosik picked up his second win of the season. Sebastian Marin, Cody Nagels, Vicente Guerrero, and Josh Ball rounded out your top 5. Stage winners from last week were Vicente Guerrero and Adam Kilday. As the field makes its way for the first time to the green flag, here we go. The Bumpy Road 250 is underway. Jeff Crosby Jr. and Vicente Guerrero are going to lead this field into turn number 1. Off of turn number 2, side by side, we got one down below the yellow line. That is the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Not sure if this is a planned exit or if he has just been shuffled out, but he is going to fall back quite a bit here. Finally gets shuffled in, and DeBorgia losing quite a few spots there. Vicente Guerrero, Jeff Crosby Jr. swapping lanes as they come around. First lap goes to the 33, our pole sitter of Crosby Jr. Oh, and turn 2, upside down goes the 33. Eric Laurie involved, and Crosby Jr. gonna set it on all 4. And from pole position to wheels to Jesus, that 33 not looking very good. Straight to pit road. Let's back this up and figure out what happened here. It looked like maybe the 33 got a bump that he just did not like. Try and get a better look here. Drifts up the track. Eric Laurie in the 071 trying to hold his line, and up and over goes the 33. go off the nose of Lori. A lot of cars getting involved in this one, and by cars I mean trucks. Off the nose of Steve Karosik in the 027. On the pit road, every single truck, except for the pace truck, has hit pit lane. Morrison did not stop in his box. He drove all the way down pit road, driving through pit lane. So Morrison going to take over the top spot. But I do expect to see him come back down pit road next time around. Lights are going to go out on the Silverado this time around, as Morrison does make his way on the pit road. That'll give the race lead to the 14 of Vicente Guerrero and the 44 of Anthony English. Row 2 going to be the 71 of Sean McCarra and the 5 of Richard Sanchez. Row 3, 6 of Cody Nagels. Then the 027 of Steve Karosik. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33, having burned a fast repair, is back out on the speedway. But he is down, I believe, 2 laps. So a tough break for the 33. Early in this race, so he's got a shot to make it back up, but that is a long road ahead for the 33. All right, if you guys are here with me tonight, let me know who you were cheering for. Make sure you do it loudly and often. You do have to overcome the tinnitus that I have you know, because race cars. Pace truck down and in. Vicente Guerrero, Anthony English, green flag is out, and we are back underway. Guerrero down on the bottom with the 71 as Sean McCarra pushing on that back bumper. This bumpy Daytona track really sees these trucks wiggle all over the place. And Anthony English in the 44 in that preferred line drops down. Ooh, as the 71 of McCarra is out of shape. Sean McCarra trying to hold on to it. Gathers it back in and loses some ground here, but we stay green. Sanchez at the front of the field. Rosick trying to work that second lane. Rosick, Dave Hunt, and Andy Brigante, the three trucks in the second lane. Throw in the 2 of Nate Warren. Here comes the 6 of Cody Nagels and the 1 of Josh Ball. And very quickly things change here. That second lane, I do believe, is going to be the preferred line throughout this entire race. That doesn't mean that that bottom lane will be ignored. Go ahead and take a look at our point standings as they come into tonight's race. Vicente Guerrero on top of the leaderboard, 118 points above the cutoff line. Some tidbits that you can see down there. There's 2 drops that will be going on through this regular season, as Zach Workman just laid down the fastest lap of the race at a 47.24. So Workman getting after it. A lot of drivers down in that 47-second bracket. In fact, almost everyone's in the 47 seconds. But back to our point standings. 2 drops, those drops are not included yet in our point standings. And what that means is we're going to take the 2 worst races once we get to week 13, or the 2 worst races of each driver, throw them out. So basically, all we're doing is counting your best 11 races leading up to the championship format. Dave Hunt in the middle, big wiggle out of the 53, holds on to it. Brian Wang in the 05, using the 3rd lane. As Hunt's going to get some help from Karosik. And Brian Wang in the 05. Oh, in trouble. Big time trouble once again at the front of the field. And the 33 is involved as well, and that is going to take away his free pass. Anthony English in the 44, huge contact with the outside wall. He is already on pit road. Go ahead and back this up, see if we can figure out what happened. On board with the 12 of Zach Fritz. It looks like Kurosik just locked to the back bumper of the 53, pulls down. Not clear of anybody, and is what triggers all of this. So Dave Hunt clears the inside line, drops down to the inside in the 027, just follows him down into the corner. Meanwhile, everyone coming on to pit road. Crosby Jr. in the 33. Does not get the free pass, as I thought. A tough break. Goofy rule, but you got to draw the line somewhere, I guess. But 33 will not get the free pass because he made contact with a car, and so therefore he was considered in the caution. However, he can stay out and go for the wave around. I think that will be a good move on his part, as the 44 of Anthony English is going to have to burn a fast repair as well. So we can expect Anthony English to roll out onto the speedway 2 laps down, just the same as the 33 did. Our first stage going to end at the completion of lap 25. So let's take a look at our stage winners so far this season. Vicente Guerrero picking up 3 stage wins. Gabe Butler with 2. Zach Workman with 2. And Zach Fritch, Adam Kilday all have 2 stage wins. Then Cody Nagels, Kurosik, and Crosby Jr. with 1 stage win to their credit. So the 33 gonna get the wave around. Will find himself 1 lap down. Everyone should be able to make it to the end of the stage with this pit stop. Crosby Jr., the only one who's going to need to come back down pit road at some point. He's hoping for another quick caution, I can tell you that. Anthony English in the 44 has rejoined the race. Finds himself 2 laps down. And it looks like the 44 maybe doesn't have the car fixed just right. Maybe he was going to pull on to the apron and come to a stop, but field racked and stacked, ready to go once again. Pace truck out of the way. Dave Hunt, Zach Fritz, green flag in the air. Second caution of the night, done and over with. Here we go once again. One truck down below the yellow line. Believe that to be Dustin Logston in the 81. Dustin blends back in. Dave Hunt in the 53 coming around to lead another lap. Zach Fritz in the 12 has the 13 on his back bumper. We'll keep a close eye on the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr., see if he can get that caution before he has to hit pit road. On board with him as we look at the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. These guys at the tail end of the pack here. 33 going to drop down in the inside and try and draft. Get pulled up to, I believe that to be the 81 of Logston. And you get a good sense of just how rough this track is every time we go on board. Josh Ball in the 1, challenging for the race lead. Ball has Gaithright on his back bumper in the 89. And around goes the 53. Caution flag is going to come out. And Dave Hunt spins down to the infield. I think that's going to be the break that Jeff Crosby Jr. needs. Take a look here. See if we can catch what happened to the 53. Looked like maybe a bit of a bump off of the 12. Try and back that up just a little bit further. So as they make their way through 1 and 2, down the backstretch, Hunt gets a good run. Fritch in the 12, looked like maybe a bit of a bump there, and the 53 just goes for a spin. Keeps it off the wall, so lucky break for the 53. So yellow flag coming out. And I don't expect to see the leaders on the pit road. We're too close to the stage. Well, here comes Joshua Gaithright from third. And a majority of the drivers hit pit road, including the 33 of Crosby Jr. And Anthony English in the 44 receives the free pass. So your top 7 drivers stayed out. Richard Kuhn in the 47. The last driver who did not come down pit road. So Fritch, Ball, Stevens, Harrington, McCara, and Nagels will join Kuhn. That makes your 7 drivers who did not pit. Nate Warren in the 2 wins the race off of pit road. With that being said, gonna step away for a quick little break. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Green flag is back out once again as the 12 of Zach Fritsch and the 1 of Josh Ball going to lead this field into turn number 1. Laps are winding down here for stage number 1. Just a handful of laps left. This one ending at the final completion of lap 25. We may or may not have a caution for it. Caution will only come out if there is an incident on track. The battle for the first truck 1 lap down right now is being won by Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33. He and Anthony English are both 1 lap down now. So the 12 and the 1. Oh, and into the wall goes Andy Brigante. Yellow flag comes out. Looks like Sanchez is spinning as well. Caution flag comes out, and the 12 of Zach Fritsch is going to win the stage. Let's take a look here and see what happened. Andy Brigante into the wall. And Sanchez going for a spin. All right, let's take a look here. Hard hit by Morrison. Off the nose of the 33. So here they come on the pit road. Zach Fritsch leads the field. That will put the 33 back on the lead lap. And once our stage winner comes off of pit road, we'll get in a quick word with him. Let's fire him up. Let's see if the 12, if we can even talk to the 12. I don't know. I have a hard time understanding it. Zach, hello? Can you hear me?
Hello? Hello? Is this
Do you
thing
understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yes, is this thing on? Hello?
Oh, no, it's not on.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I have something for you.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, I do have one. Yay! Oh, mine was weak though.
Practice. It takes practice.
Oh, KR, I did something even worse.
What's that?
It was so bad, I broke the actual tab. Like,
just
it
now?
It didn't even open the feed.
What?
Oh, I meant water. It didn't even open the water. I'm so upset.
Mine was a black cherry cola. What?
Oh, mine's a nice special Indianapolis brewery beer called Sun King. They're actually trying to go
water, not a beer.
Yeah, they're trying. Oh, yeah. Brewery of water. Brewery of water. But yeah, they're trying to go national, so it's actually a pretty good beer. Slants. All right, water. Gosh.
Water. All right, enough about that. Tell us a little bit about that stage win out there.
Oh man, it was good. This is I'm gonna give a shout out because I'm like using triples for the very first time. This is really weird. Really weird. Yes. Like I'm like waving to the grandstand people, but I realize that I don't have any fans up there, so like they're not even standing up or like.
I don't even think you have fans on YouTube, and this is being broadcasted to all of 4 people.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, you're right.
Well, congratulations on having triples. I'll tell you what, when the first time I raced with triples, it really made things very awesome. So I know the feeling, man. Nice job.
Heck yeah, dude. It's something else. I just getting a new graphics card this Wednesday, so I wanted to kind of like give it a trial and error run, you know, beforehand, just to see if I'd like it or not. And yeah, I do say this is pretty intense. Looking left and right and seeing, I don't know like how close to side draft yet. I'm very, very nervous.
All right, man. Well, we didn't talk about the stage at all, so whatever.
We didn't. But
shout out thank yous for the stage win.
Yep. We got a good car up here. We were able to stay up front of that stage, so we'll take this Budweiser machine all the way to the front. We're gonna stay up here, see how's it going for the next stage. But yeah, shout out to UK, of course, and flavored water. Flavored water is the best. And then shout out to OP, all of its admins, and of course, shout out to the no fans I have, you know, and all the YouTube chat that's watching all their other favorite drivers. It's not me.
Right.
But, anyways, yeah, shout out to my team, and yeah, okay, now we're in turn 4, so I guess I better hurry and get off here, or crew chief will get mad.
All right, that is Zach Fritch, our stage 1 winner. Now let's get on to stage number 2, and at the front of the field, the 66 of Bubba Winningham. Good to see Bubba out here with us once again this season. He and Sean McCara will lead this field to the green flag to start stage number 2. McCara with a good run going into turn number 1. He has the momentum on the high side, but Winningham fighting right back. So a caution-heavy first stage. Now we move on to stage number 2, and the 71 of McCara drops down to the inside. That will put the 6 of Cody Nagels at the front of the field for the first time here tonight. Cody electing not to drop down to the inside. He and Josh Ball, John Greer, Dave Hunt, all staying in that preferred line here at the Bumpy Road 250. This Legacy Daytona track, a little bit smoother in that middle lane, so the trucks get through it a little bit easier. It does leave the bottom lane open for a move like we're seeing with the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. Sean McCara drops down as well. And the field kind of scrambling behind there. Not scrambling, scattering. New fast lap of the race, the 027. And Steve Kurosik at a 47.18 last time by, turning a 47.18. So Steve getting after it here. Right now, just one truck not on the lead lap. That is the 44 of Anthony English. And he is doing what I like to call the smart move. He is the only truck one lap down. That 44 just needs to hang out right where he is at. Do everything he can to not lose the lead draft. But you also want to give plenty of space, so it is a fine line to walk. But you do want to have all that space in case something happens, and the 44 looks like he is playing it calm, cool, and collected right now as he is tucked in behind the 27, Sean Stevens, and the yellow flag is coming out, and that is exactly what the 44 needed. The 82 of Dan Harrington pointed the wrong way. Nate Warren pointed the wrong direction as well. Dave Hunt, Zach Fritsch getting a piece of it. Big wiggle out of the 71 as Sean McCara gets up into the 53. And that is what's going to trigger this one here in turns 3 and 4. One last look at it here. Josh Ball in the 1, gonna win the race off of pit road. Cody Nagel's second. Gonna take this moment to step away for a quick break. No one go anywhere. Be right back after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field is stacked up 2 by 2, making its way into turns 3 and 4. Getting ready to fire them off once again. Josh Ball, Cody Nagels make up row number 1 for this restart. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Ball down on the inside, Nagels on the outside. Both drivers got a good entry into one, trying to carry the momentum down the backstretch. Vicente Guerrero making a move down to the inside. He's going to challenge the 6 for the race lead. Guerrero and Nagels both have wins this season. Both drivers have 2 wins apiece. Hard to believe Gabe Butler picked up the first win of the season, that number 88, scoring the first win of the season. And then it has been Dale Cup for every win since then, giving them 7 out of 8 races won. Cody Nagels with 2 wins, Vicente Guerrero with 2 wins, and Steven Grosik with 2 wins. Throw in a Kevin Freeze victory. That rounds out all of our Dale Cup drivers. We are 3 wide, the 40 of Peter DeBorgia on the outside. He's looking high, wide, and handsome. DeBorgia, a fierce competitor, always has a fast truck. Just has not been able to find victory lane in a long time here on Monday night. But you keep putting together good, solid runs, and you find a way to pick up a win here and there. DeBorgia comes into tonight's race 10th place in points, as we got a big wiggle out of the 1 of Josh Ball. But DeBorgia 10th place in points, 1 top 5 finish on the season, 3 top 10s, 13 bonus points to his credit. The yellow flag is going to come out. Take a look here, Steve Hoppett in the 131. Looks like Hoppett got some help from behind. Take a look and see what brought out the actual caution, though. Bubba Winningham, Dave Hunt make contact. Around goes to 66. Stephen Miles nowhere to go. Hard contact for the 8. Let's go on aboard with Miles. So yellow flag coming out once again. Very caution heavy first half of the race. And Nagels elects to stay out. Josh Ball, Karosik, English, Marin, Kuhn all stay out. So with that said, gonna take another quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper, I rule this day. And BK, have it your way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As the pace truck pulls out of the way, we get back to green flag racing. Cody Nagels, Josh Paul will lead this field to turn 1. Nagels in the 6, your race leader, as he's down on the inside, but Watch out, that one has the 44 of Anthony English battling back from 2 laps down, trying to take over the top spot. English, last time he was in front of the field, found himself head first into the outside wall. I do want to point out we have 2 trucks out of the race right now. Bubba Winningham in the 66 and the 12 of Zach Fritz. Both drivers behind the wall. Steve Hoppett in the 131. The first truck not on the lead lap. Hoppett, though, multiple laps down. Steve sporting a new paint scheme, brightly colored. And Hoppett looks like he's having a hard time keeping up with the pack. Zach Fritz in the 12, though. He is rejoining the race. Our stage 1 winner going to get back out there. Multiple laps down. We'll see if he can get back into this thing and make something happen. He will get swallowed up by the pack here, putting him 3 laps down. Three wide down the back stretch. The 14 of Vicente Guerrero trying to hustle in that 3rd lane. Oh, one into the wall. That was Robert Morrison in the 74. Morrison, though, gathered it back in, lost a little bit of ground, but a brush with the wall will cause that to happen every now and then. As we are creeping up on the end of stage number 2, let me know who you think is going to win this stage. Our stage 1 winner was the 12 of Zach Fritz. Stage 2, yet to be determined. Sebastian Marin, Cody Nagels leading their respective lanes. 3rd lane trying to start developing. Zach Workman in the 19. Haven't talked a lot about the 19 yet tonight. Now he's trying to make something happen in that 3rd lane. Josh Ball going to jump up there as well. 3rd lane not looking super strong. As I say that, they take over the race lead. And Zach Workman determined to cause that 2nd lane to spin out. Twice. Tried to door check the 6 of Cody Nagels. And there we go. Around goes the 89. Anthony English involved in the 44. Heavy contact with Richard Kuhn as well. Workman in the 19 able to continue on. Let's back this up. And I think that is going to give the stage to the 1 of Josh Ball. take another look at it here. Cody Nagel's in the 6. Looked like he got big loose coming up off the corner. Paul able to get through it unscathed, along with Sebastian Marin. And Josh Ball does lead the field on the pit road. So we'll let Josh complete his pit stop. We'll see if we can't get a word in with the driver from Flat Out Motorsports. Josh, got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, looks like you won stage 2.
Yeah, got a little out on the outside there at a good time, and fortunately they wrecked behind us. But yeah, we got a little stage win there.
When that number 1 had some work cut out for you to make that happen. Tell us about what you saw in that third lane and when you thought the right time to make that move was.
Yeah, I mean, I was up there, I think I was behind Cody and then maybe Steve, and it just seemed like a lot of the Dale Cup guys were up in the front 4 between the low and the middle line. So I figured if I had a chance to get past anyone for a stage, it was to go up there and get in front of Zach, and took it at the right time and almost tried to cut him off in 3, but just waited, and then luckily was able to still get it done.
Well, an outstanding drive for you to bring it home in stage 2 with that stage win. Shout out, thank yous, anything you need to add?
Yeah, you know, everybody here for you know, putting on the OP League, Anthony, Jimmy, Cody, Peter, Sean, Zach, I'm sure Alex, I'm missing somebody, those guys, and you know, you guys coming out every week broadcasting for us. It's I know you do more than one night, so definitely helpful there, and I appreciate you guys doing it.
All right, man, well, nice job on the stage win. And what's it going to take to win this race?
Thanks, Gary. Yeah, we'll try.
All right, that is Josh Ball from Flat Out Motorsports in the number 1. Front row for this restart, the 1 of Josh Ball and the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. Row number 2 going to be the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr., our pole sitter for tonight's race, and the 59 of John Guerrero. Row 3, the 88 of Gabe Butler, and the 5 of Richard Sanchez. All right, here we go. Pace truck down and away. Josh Ball Vicente Guerrero start accelerating. Side by side through the corner. The 1 has the advantage down on the bottom. We'll see what the 14 has down the backstretch. Side by side, the 1 and the 14 continue to battle it out. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. getting back into this one. He and Anthony English have both recovered from 2 laps down. But now the 33 is in front. Anthony English in the 44 a little bit further back. English caught up in more incidences tonight than he would like. That 44 going to have to carry some damage the rest of this race. Steve Hoppett in the 131 dropping down onto the inside line. Getting out of the way. New fast lap. Sebastian Marin in the 23 turning a 46.89. So Marin has that new fast lap. And there's only 2 trucks down in that 46-second bracket. That is Sebastian Marin and Brian Wang. And they are running nose to tail in the 3rd lane. Sanchez in the 5, our race leader, sporting that Chevy Land Silverado. Vicente Guerrero leads the charge in the middle lane. And then Steve Karosik in the 027 up on the high side. Crosby Jr. in the 33 bailing out of the situation, tucks back in. So the first 50 laps saw a very caution-heavy race. Last week, we went the final stage without a caution. See if we can do that 2 weeks in a row. Oh, doesn't look like it. Around they go, yellow flag comes out. Vicente Guerrero in the 14 goes for a ride to the infield. And other than a few bumps, I don't think he's going to get into the wall. But the yellow flag has come out. Go on board with the 82 of Dan Harrington. So yellow flag is out once again. That means we're going to step away for a break. No one go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as our field is racked and stacked, ready to go once again. Richard Kuhn on the front row, along with the one of Josh Ball. Then it's Andy Brigante, Sean McCara, Dave Hunt, and John Guerrera for row 3 on the restart. Pace truck down and away. Green flag back up and into the air. Here we go once again. Ball with the advantage down the backstretch. Sean McCarra in the 71. Gonna make the move to the outside as Ball dropped down to the inside. Richard Kuhn in the 47. Gets glued to the back bumper of the 1. Andy Brigante, John Guerrera make up the first 4 trucks on that inside line. Go on board with the driver of the 81, Dustin Logston. Dustin finding himself in 18th spot right now. Jeff Crosby Jr. just ahead of him, along with Zach Workman. Eric Laurie in the 071 making his move on the outside. Laurie working his way forward here. Trouble for the 2 of Nate Warren. Take a look and see what happened to Nate Warren. Well, it wasn't Nate Warren. How did he get... All right, we're gonna... I'm gonna try this again. It was the 2 of Nate Warren. If I do the correct caution flag coming out. Take a look and see what happened to the 2 here. Like the 2's coming down the racetrack. And then Nate disappears. On to pit road, the field comes once again. Richard Kuhn electing to stay out. And I do not see anyone getting the free pass. Josh Ball winning the race off of pit road of everyone who made a stop. Holy cow, I just had a string of sneezes. Wow. You know how they say if you sneeze too hard, you give up a brain cell? Pretty sure I lost the last 3 that I had right there. Holy smokes. My eyes are watering and everything. All right. See if the 47 gonna make his way down onto pit road. Nope, looks like he is going to stay out. He was last on pit road just 5 laps ago, so not that big of a deal for the 47, but that does put him on a different strategy than everyone else. as the lights go out on our Silverado pace truck. Kuhn electing the outside lane. Oh, trouble. Steve Hoppett into the wall. Steve Hoppett and Steve Karosik making contact here under yellow. Hoppett's still not moving. Now Hoppett grabs reverse and gets going. Not sure what happened there. I think as everyone was forming up, see if we can figure this out. Josh Ball, Steve Hoppett exchanging and contact right there. As the green flag has come back out. So Steve Karosik took his spot back, was able to get back up into that second row after contact with him and Hoppett. Bit of a bizarre situation, but looks like no worse the wear for the 027. Do want to point out, right now we have 26 trucks on the lead lap. 2 trucks are out of the race, the 2 of Nate Warren and the 66 of Bubba Winningham. Zach Fritsch and Steve Hoppett, the only 2 trucks that are on track that are not on the lead lap. Zach Fritsch finding himself 1 lap down. Our stage 1 winner, after winning that stage, things have not gone well for him. Three wide racing here at the Legacy Daytona track. A lot of bumps in this racing speedway or racing surface. Oh, contact. Everyone sorts it out. We stay green. Richard Kuhn down on the bottom doesn't have, but Sean McCarra trying to get to his back bumper. Cody Nagel's in the 6 on the high side, and Steve Karosik in the 027 leads from the middle lane. So Kuhn falling back a little bit as Nate Warren rejoins the race. Warren 5 laps down. That just leaves one truck out of this event, and that is the 66 of Bubba Winningham. It was good to see Bubba out here for as long as he was. So lap 67 of 100. Gonna see the one of Josh Ball down the backstretch, trying to take the race lead away from the 027 of Steve Karosik. Check in on some of the drivers at the back half of this field. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33, finding himself 15th spot. Sebastian Marin in the 23, 16th. Vicente Guerrero and Sean Stevens, they're making a move forward in the second lane here. Go on board with the Flip Daddies 27. Seeing Vicente Guerrero both drop down to the yellow line. Guerrero changes his mind, moves back up behind Eric Glory. Big wiggle out of the front of the field there, but able to hold on to it was the one of Josh Ball. Nothing gets your heart rate up like going through a bump, your truck gets light, and then right at that exact moment, you get a shove from behind. And I'll tell you what, you got to have some quick hands to stay on top of that steering wheel. You don't want to get behind of your steering inputs. The moment you get behind, it is pretty much all over. You can stay on top of it though and have those quick hands. Get your truck pointed back straight. Might be all right. Check in on the 12 as Zach Fritz finds himself one lap down. Right now he is the only truck one lap down. That is about to change as Joshua Gaithright gonna get swallowed up by the pack here. 89 stays down on the inside. Everyone trying to squeeze by. So Gaithright now the first truck one lap down. He will battle with the 12 as Zach Fritz to get the free pass should the yellow come out. And as many cautions as we have had so far tonight, I think we're bound to have at least one more. Travis Elliott chiming in. How you doing, Travis? Good to see you, man. Travis Elliott, a longtime OP driver. Also did his his time in the broadcast booth with me. Steve Hoppett making his way off of pit road into 131. Hoppett multiple laps down. He is out there continuing to turn laps. 30 trucks started the race tonight. Bubba Winningham dropped out on lap 36. He's the only truck out of this race. Of the 29 that are on track, we have 25 on the lead lap. Robert Morrison in the 74 right now is the last truck on the lead lap. Morrison and Miles finding themselves 24th and 25th. Just ahead of them is the first truck one lap down. That is Zach Fritz in the 12. On the pit road, that is the 89 of Joshua Gaithright. He has hit pit road all by himself. So that is going to give the advantage to the 12 of Zach Fritz, being the only truck one lap down. Gaithright, 2-tire stop. Starts accelerating away from pit road. But he will get swallowed up once again and go another lap down here in just a little bit. Sebastian Marin in 17th, Jeff Crosby Jr. 18th, 19th is the 19 of Zach Workman. Workman made a charge to the front of the field and then got caught up in an incident through off of turn number 4 and through the tri-oval. As Miles and Morrison have some momentum on the outside, they're working their way forward. Big move from those two. Most of this field last on pit road on lap 60. Richard Kuhn in the 47, last on pit road on lap 55. So Kuhn gonna have to make a stop here in the next few laps. And then everyone else would follow suit. We are gonna see 2 more stops before this thing is all said and done. Getting close to that first stop here, and it could be our first green flag pit stop as the 47 and Richard Kuhn going to peel off for pit road this time. Lonely pit stop for him as he is the only one to hit pit road. Brosig, Ball, Hunt, McCara, your top 4. Looking out the back of the 13 of Andy Brigante. Brigante finding himself right now in 7th spot. The 82 of Dan Harrington directly behind him, along with the 071 of Eric Laurie. Richard Kuhn in the 47, having made his pit stop. Running out there all by himself. Nate Warren in the 2, a slow truck by himself as well. Warren, Hoppet, and Kuhn kind of running in no man's land. Rest of the field going to be catching up to these guys as they make their way off of turn number 2. This field has gotten single file, and that is a good sign that they are starting to think about hitting pit road. One of the rules that is enforced here with OP Racing is you have to pit from the inside lane. That is why you see these guys start to move to the inside lane as we get closer to a green flag pit stop. As Nate Warren makes the move to the outside, we'll do that to get out of the way. Nobody can make it on fuel from here, even with this one stop. They're gonna have to make 2 stops. Somebody might be able to stretch it, but we're gonna find out that might be a rare situation. As here comes the first group on the pit road. Sean McCarron in the 71 in trouble. That is gonna be a unsafe pit road entry. 13 trucks stayed out. Jeff Crosby Jr. leads the field now in the 33. Junior in the 33, our pole sitter, led the first lap and then went into turn 2 and forgot which way that truck was supposed to point, and the wheels went up and the roof went down on lap 2. But here he is back out in front. It has been a battle for this 33. As they are going to peel off for pit road. Brian Wang and Sean Stevens stay out. They're going to try and stretch this fuel. I don't know how far they can go. Stevens and Kuhn need to get a little bit closer to each other and get caught up to the 2 trucks just ahead of them. Brian Wang and Stevens running 1 and 2. Race off of pit road. Jeff Crosby Jr., Sebastian Marin. Brian Wang and Stevens both hit pit road. 20 laps to go. That is just on the outside of being able to make it. As here comes the 6 of Cody Nagels to take over the race lead. Sean McCarron, Vicente Guerrero, Anthony English, and Zach Workman all got penalties under this green flag pit stop. And with 19 laps to go, that is the worst thing to do right now. As Brian Wang gets his 05 up to speed, that will hand the race lead to the 6 of Cody Nagels officially. So McCarron, Guerrero, English, and Workman all got handed 40-second speeding penalties and or unsafe pit entries, whatever you want to call it. Penalties were handed out to those 4 trucks. McCarron pays the price. He goes 1 lap down. Guerrero going to be the next truck that gets swallowed up along with English, and then Workman. Gabe Butler in the 88. Our race leader. Gonna throw a block there as they all try to set up to get around lap traffic. Butler and DeBorgia. Teammates from Team Butanaka Esports running 1 and 2. Workman in the 19 gets swallowed up. So with that being said, 21 trucks now on the lead lap. Richard Kuhn in the 47, now the last truck on the lead lap. And here comes Gabe Butler, Peter DeBorgia, and Dave Hunt for what should be their final pit stop. And they did that from the race lead. Nate Warren, Jeff Crosby Jr. peel off for what should be their final pit stop of the night. $15 laps to go in this one. We will use 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered if we need to. Rosick, Carrera running 1 and 2. Workman and English 1 lap down, separating those 2 drivers. Let's check in on Butler, DeBorgia, and Hunt. These 3 trucks really need to hustle. They've set themselves apart from the field, and that could be a good thing, but if they can't get speed out of these 3, now make it 5 trucks, they can't get the same speed that the rest of the field has. And it doesn't do them any good. Last time around, they turned a 48.89. Our race leader, Steve Krosik, turned a 48.44. Almost half a second slower that time, and that is going to add up. Workman in the 19, out in front of the field. Ooh, contact Sean McCarron, Anthony English, but just a little slight blow there. Tiny, just tiny. No one even noticed it. So Guerrera in the 59 and Krosik in the 027. Those are our race leaders. Workman in the 19 right now is the last truck on the lead lap. The 19 has got to be careful here. Gabe Butler just turned a 48.24. Steve Krosik turned a 48.4. So Butler, DeBorja, Crosby, Hunt, they are working together very well now, and what could be a race-winning move. They have already made their pit stop. Should we get another yellow flag, everyone else, I would think, has to come down pit road. Don't quote me on it. But last time they were on pit road was lap 79. That is about 2 laps short, even with 1 caution. Let's check in on this group. 5 trucks lined up here. Butler, DeBorgia, Crosby Jr., Dave Hunt, and Nate Warren. Warren multiple laps down. And these 5 trucks starting to click off some good laps. Herrera in the 59. Sean McCara in the 71. McCara, last truck on the lead lap now. You would think that Herrera would want to have Workman in front of him. Zach Fritsch, Workman, Guerrero, all those guys not on the lead lap. So that being said, though, you'd want to have the trucks that are at the tail end or laps down in front of you to help you save fuel. The 59 out in front. You know, as the lead truck, you're breaking all of the air, burning your fuel doing that. But I think these guys are going to try and make it to the end. They have yet to come down pit road. So it is going to be a wild stretch. We'll see if they can make it, though. '59. Oh, and Workman going to turn the 59. Around goes Sebastian Merritt. Up and over goes Jimmy Reynolds. Reynolds plants it back down on the ground. Yellow flag comes out. And I think the 59 was trying to slow down to save fuel. And it looked like Workman wanted no part of it. And the yellow flag comes out. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. And try and back that up just a little bit further. So Guerrera in the 59, out in front. Down the back stretch, and the 59 really gets slow. And the 59 is shoving the 19 all the way down below the yellow line. I don't know what the 59 was trying to do there, but he got slow. The 19 was underneath him. All right, that being said, Cody Nagels in the 6th wins the race off of pit road of the rest of the field who had not pitted. Our race lead goes to the 05 of Brian Wang. Sebastian Marin, Sean Stevens, Gabe Butler, Peter DeBorgia, Jeff Crosby Jr., and Dave Hunt finding themselves at the front of the field. All right, so this race is winding down. Richard Roberts chiming in. How you doing, Mr. Roberts? Good to see you. Been a minute since seen you in YouTube chats. How you doing? Lights are out on our pace truck. Brian Wang, Sebastian Marin running 1 and 2 on the front row. Sebastian Marin and Brian Wang gonna try and stretch their fuel along with Sean Stevens. Gabe Butler in the 88, the first truck that for sure can make it to the end of the race. We'll see if they can make it. We got different strategies here, that's for sure. I am doing well, Mr. Roberts. Thank you for asking. And Mara is not here. Her boy toy, Mark Mann, is on a part-time basis here on Monday night, and he is not here tonight. So Miss Mara is probably playing with him wherever he's at. Pace truck down and away. Brian Wang, Sebastian Marin lead this field to the green flag. Here we go with 3 laps to go in this race. Everyone going to be pushing very hard. Brian Wang, Sebastian Marin, and Sean Stevens questionable on fuel. They have rolled the dice. They are going to try and make it to the end of this thing. Can they do it? Butler in the 88, wasting no time getting to that race lead. He is going to make Sebastian Marin push that truck harder than he would like. Side by side, all they have to do is get to the white flag, and we will not go into extra laps. down the backstretch. Sebastian Marin pulls ahead on the inside, hugging that yellow line. Here they come to the white flag. One more time around. Who's got the fuel? Who's got the momentum? The 88 on the outside. Sebastian Marin gonna try and make a long run here. That fuel tank starting to be on fumes. The 88 with the 33. And trouble behind them. One car into the wall, multiple cars sideways. 1, 2, 3 trucks involved, 4 trucks involved. 3 wide down the backstretch. Sebastian Marin, Gabe Butler, and Jeff Crosby Jr. Inside lane pulls ahead. The outside lane falls apart. Sebastian Marin might have the advantage off of turn number 4. Marin throws a block on Brian Wang. Here they come into the triover, and Sebastian Marin has enough fuel and picks up the race win. Brian Wang brings it home in second, and Gabe Butler rounds out the top 3. Solid finish here out of the OP Racing Premier Series in the Bumpy Road 250, and the 23 has enough fuel to make it back around. And I don't think he has any more fuel. I think he's out. All right, let's get our post-race show kicked off. And let's start by talking to our race winner who brings it home. Sebastian Marin, congratulations on the race win. That truck gonna need some help to victory lane?
Oh yeah, 100%. We are out of fuel. That yellow, last yellow really kind of gave me a chance to go for the win. Because I was not going to make it. I was about half a lap short. I would have ran out on the last lap. Probably middle backstretch. And I know Brian and I think Sean pitted a lap after. So I knew they had it in the bag if it went green. So yeah, that yellow really helped me out. And yeah, push would be very nice to get to victory lane.
Well, man, nice job out there. You pick up, I think this is your first win of this season.
Yeah, it is.
Well, man, that 23 got it done here tonight on a fuel strategy call. Great job. You made it 20 laps in that thing. And yeah, like you said, I wasn't sure if you guys were going to make it. I knew Brian Wang had that one lap, like you said. Sean Stevens, you guys were all close right there.
Yeah, I could have stayed out one more lap, just like Brian. But I thought, if I stayed out, we would have ran so slow that the pack would have left us. But we took kind of a while to the pack to kind of form up again. And then with people pitting immediately after, it kind of broke us up. So I let Brian and those guys that pit a lap later, even though they were by themselves, they could merge with us. And that really kind of killed my chances of winning, right? Because at that point, it was like, all right, well, everybody has to pit. Or at least I'm going to try to run out on the backstretch and try to coast back to the line. But then that yellow comes out and it saved me. I got lucky. I was involved in the wreck, but I didn't get any damage, at least I don't think so, from it. So very fortunate of that. Just finally got the first race of the season. This season has been up and down, a lot of stage points, but not the race results that I'm looking for, so it's good to finally get a win.
All right, man. Well, nice job. Any shout outs, Sankeys? Anything else you need to add that I haven't said yet?
Yeah, shout out to my teammates, Dill Cup, Steve, Vicente, Cody, and Kevin, who wasn't here. And I guess a shout out to Brian for pushing me there at the end. I know, I kind of trapped him on the bottom, but his teammate was in the middle, so he could have helped his teammate out and essentially not let me win. But shout out to him for just staying committed and going for the win himself there at the end. So good to see Brian come out. And yeah, shout out to you for putting on the broadcast. This one is one that I'll definitely go look back of. It was a little wild. We were having fun in the chat. So yeah. And last and not least, shout out to OP for putting on this league. I know it was a little not the greatest race tonight, but you have some of those occasionally. So yeah, here's to a better race next.
All right, that is Sebastian Marin, our race winner. Once again, man, nice job picking up that first win of the season.
Thank you. Have a good night.
That is the driver of the 23, Sebastian Marin. But now let's move on to our second place finisher, and that is none other than the 05, Brian Wing. Brian, congratulations on second place, man.
Thanks.
Well, I'll tell you what, fuel strategy call brought it home in second place for you. How close were you to running out of fuel there?
I actually had quite a bit at the end of the caution coming to green. I had like 2.8 gallons or something like that. So I had like 5-6 laps of fuel. I had plenty because I was able to pit 1 lap later than everyone else during the green flag pit cycle.
Well, man, a good heads up move to do that then. And were you having to save fuel any to get that, or was it just hard racing from you from the time you left pit road?
Well, yeah, I stayed out a lap longer than everyone else, and I had 1 car with me, and yeah, I was able to pit, and then I almost lost the draft, but then I was able to bridge my way back up because the pack was quite separated. But after that, it was quite easy just riding around. I didn't have to worry that much about fuel saving on the final green flag stint.
All right, man. Shout out, thank yous. Anything you need to add for this solid second place finish?
Yeah, thanks to you for broadcasting the race. Thanks to everyone at OP, everyone at Team Bootnaka, and congrats to Sebastian on the win.
All right, Brian. Well, once again, congratulations on that second step of the podium.
Thanks.
All right, there you have it. Brian Wing bringing it home in second place. But now let's move on to our third place finisher. And that is the driver of the 88 with another solid top 5 run. Gabe, congratulations on third place, man.
Well, thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
I'll tell you what, that 33, I seen you guys come down, or I'm sorry, that 88, I seen you come down pit road. Peter DeBorgia, Dave Hunt, you guys hit pit road. Then you hooked up with the 33, Jeff Crosby Jr. You guys started putting together some solid laps. And I was like, man, I don't know how this is going to play out, but you guys, I know, have enough fuel. So a solid third place run. Tell me a little bit about that last run.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing there was it was mainly a strategy call. We were anticipating a wreck. We knew we couldn't make it on fuel, so we said, hey, let's just short pit, have enough fuel for the end, and maybe a green white checker, and it worked out for us. It helped us flip the field a little bit. So that's how we did it. It worked out. P3 is good here. We'll take it. So it was a good run tonight.
Well, Gabe, you picked up the first win of the season, and then it's been a hard time to get back to victory lane. What's it going to take for you to get your second win this season?
Just try and be a little bit more consistent, and definitely hook up with your teammates. I mean, Dale Cup is showing it. They've pretty much won every other race. Just nail your pit stops, know where your teammates are, and go from there and hope for the best.
Well, man, a solid run for you here tonight. A good momentum builder for you. Third place finish. Shout outs, thank yous. Anything else you need to add?
Yeah, big shout out to Team Boot Knocker here with Eric and Jimmy and Peter, and Brian was running with us tonight. And of course, OP for putting the league and all the hard work the admins do. And of course, yourself there, KR, for doing the broadcast, man. I appreciate your patience.
All right, that is Gabe Butler, driver of the 88. Once again, Gabe, nice job.
Thanks, bud.
All right, that'll get it done for our top 3 finishers here tonight. But let's see how the rest of the field finished this race. Sean Stevens brings it home in 4th. Cody Nagels rounds out your top 5. Peter DeBorgia in 6th. 7th goes to Jeff Crosby Jr. Adam Kilday 8th. 9th is Dan Harrington. Anthony English 10th. 11th place goes to Steve Karosik. Dustin Logston 12th. 13th is none other than the 5 of Richard Sanchez. John Guerrero 14th. Vicente Guerrero rounds out 15th spot. 16th goes to Jimmy Reynolds. Zach Workman 17th. 18th is Josh Ball. Zach Fritsch 19th. 20th goes to Andy Brigante. Stephen Miles 21st. 22nd Dave Hunt. Eric Lurie 23rd. Sean McCara ends up in 24th spot. Robert Morrison in 25th, the last car on the lead lap. Then Richard Kuhn 1 lap down. Joshua Gateswright in 27th, 2 laps down. Nate Warren, Steve Hobbit, and Bubba Windingham round out our 30 truck field here tonight. So that will do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and I hope to see you all next week as our season continues on. As we get closer to our playoff battle, just a handful of races away. So until next time, y'all stay safe. Have a good night.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.